Now then, today I'm going to be fishing somewhere very, very exciting. This is an untouched private farm lake, and today we've got permission to try and find out what lives here. This is the kind of place where a perch could grow absolutely huge. Don't think it's big enough for there to be pike in there, so when the perch is the top predator, they can reach very, very big sizes. Who knows though, this is a real unknown. That's part of the magic about fishing places like this, is you just never know what's going to happen. Now I'm joined today by Neil from the fishing shop in Kendal. He's going to be doing some coarse fishing, targeting species like tench, carp, roach, all that kind of thing. To be honest, it's an absolute privilege to get to fish places like this. I'm always so grateful for anybody who can help me find permission to fish anywhere secret, interesting, private, and I also never come empty-handed. I nipped into Tesco on the way here to pick up a little bribe, a nice bottle of Bordeaux red wine for the landowner. If you treat these people with respect, if you get them a little gift, you make sure not to leave any litter, then there's a good chance you'll be invited back and everyone's happy. So as I've just realised on the way down here, there's two lakes I can fish today. What you can see behind me is more of a pond rather than a lake. So I'm probably going to fish the bigger lake first that's over there. And towards the end of the day, I am going to have a go in this little pond, because sometimes the tiniest of ponds can give you the biggest of surprises. So I finally got down to this big lake, and I have to say it is everything you could want from a farm lake. It is absolutely stunning. Got some really nice vegetation all the way around the edge, plenty of weeds, bit of structure, bit of cover. I mean, it's looking very good for a good day's fishing today. Now the setup I'm using today is none other than the Rigged and Ready X5 Adventure. This is a beautiful little multi-piece rod, perfect for this adventurous style of fishing. These are all the pieces I've brought with me today. This is actually a multi-purpose rod, so you can cast all the way from tiny micro jigs all the way up to sort of pike lures like that, and you can also fly fish with it, so it is really like the multi-tool of fishing rods. It comes with loads of different tip sections. This is the one I'm going to be using today. The tip sort of drastically changes the cast weight and the action of the rod. And of course, it being so compact means it easily fits in the side of a backpack, or the boot of your car, or a suitcase, wherever you want to take it. Got all sorts of options today, so I'm going to keep things mixed up and hopefully we'll find something that these fish want to eat. So I'm starting things off today with this LMAB finesse fillet worm. It's basically just a little jelly worm thing on like a 2 or 3 gram jig head. Right, here we go for the first cast. Let's see if there's any perch around. Fish on, there we go. Doesn't feel like a big one, but that's more or less straight away. Come on, look at that for an absolutely pristine looking little farm lake perch. Hopefully they're going to get a lot bigger than that too today. Right, hopefully it's not going to be too long before we get number 2. Not every day you're fishing alongside horses, is it? Oh, I've got a fish on. That was just sat on the bottom then. These little perch are just such beautiful fish, aren't they? They've almost got a nice blue streak near that bottom fin as well. Well, that's never happened to me before. I was literally just letting my jig rest on the bottom while I was filming those horses, and then I stopped the camera rolling, turned around and I had a fish on. Anyway, it's a really good sign. We've got a couple of fish so soon on in the trip. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully they're going to get a little bigger today too. Fish on. There you go. Fish number 3. Another small one. Oops. And he's off. Oh, there we go, another one. Number 4. There we go, number 4. Another beautiful little fish, but they are not getting any bigger just yet. Well, as much as I would definitely enjoy catching fish that big all day, it does make me think there must be something in here that's eating those, because there is loads of them. I do have a few tactics I can use to try find the bigger fish. I've got some top water stuff, and I've got some bigger lures that I will be putting on a bit later to try and catch that huge fish that must be in here somewhere. Fish on. Yes, yes, there we go. Yay! Oh, it's just such good fun catching perch, isn't it? Such an aggressive little species. I'm noticing all of these fish do have that really sort of strong blue tinge to the back side of them as well. And conveniently, the Northern Lights perch, the lure I designed myself, is actually half green and half blue, just like these fish, and it is actually a very similar size to them, so I'm excited to slap that on for sure. For now though, I am really enjoying using this little worm because it's letting me sort of build a picture in my mind about where the fish are in this lake. And I'm getting plenty of bites. Another one. Have to say they are absolutely smashing this little worm thing today. There we go, these fish just keep on coming. It's one of the smallest ones of the day. They're all, actually no, they're all pretty much exactly the same size. It's bizarre. Well, I've actually caught loads of perch now, and the interesting thing is they've all been exactly the same size more or less. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and whack my way through these bushes here. I'm not sure what the access is going to be like, but I'm going to go for a little adventure, try find a different section of this lake where hopefully there's a different sort of class size of fish. Oh, I really would love to catch a big perch today. It's been absolutely ages since I've caught one. You might remember this clip, but take a look at this. If I could catch another fish again like this today or some point soon, I'd be over the moon. I think it is. I think it is a really big perch. Oh, this is a PB, I think. Where's my net? Where's my net? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is a huge perch. Oh, my days. That is a proper fatty. And we've got it in the net, come on. Yes. Oh my days. That is a beast. Wow. There we go. I've asked the passerby for a bit of help because it's a little hard to photograph a fish like this, my own, in the dark, but look at that. That is my biggest ever perch, and I could not be more happy about it. This lake's actually deceptively big. Look, it just keeps on going round down there. Didn't actually know that existed. Well, it's a beautiful spot down here, but there just isn't any access, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to head back round to the small lake that we saw on the way down here and use this tiny little micro jig, then it'll be back over onto the big lake for some big fish tactics. Here we go, we're at the smaller lake. I'm probably going to have to be a little quieter here because it's more of an intimate venue. All of this gear I'm using today, including the rod, reel, 10-pound braid and 8-pound fluorocarbon, is all available for sale on my brand new website, adventurefishinguk.com. You can find a link to that in the description below. As you know, the website's just been launched, and I have to say I'm really overwhelmed with the amount of support that there's been for it. I'm so grateful for all of you guys supporting this new project. It does mean the absolute world to me. If you can spare a few minutes after watching this video, then please do go ahead and have a look, and as always, any feedback on how I can improve is really welcome. As you all know, I'm very passionate about the adventurous side of fishing, and my aim for the store is that it's gonna kit people up to do just that. Right, time for the Northern Lights perch. Big fish tactics. Pike absolutely love this. Trout absolutely love this. And so do the big perch. Now, I have caught many pike on this before. Time to see if it can help me pull a big farm lake perch out.
One eternity later.
And I'm struggling to work this lake out, to be honest. One thing I'm thinking is maybe all these overhanging trees on the other side that sort of go into the water, that could be where the perch are, especially through the middle of the day, the big ones. Maybe I need to come back at dusk or dawn to have a good shot. As much as I'd absolutely love to carry on fishing all day today, my 2-year-old's got a chesty cough, bit of a bad cold, and I want to get home and be there for him. What I am going to do though is slap a micro jig back on, try catch a couple more fish for you before we end things off, and who knows, maybe we'll get a decent one on there. Fish on, yeah, come on. There's another, just a small one though. But brilliant way to end what's been a really fun trip. Thank you very much for biting, small perch. I'm also headed to Bordeaux in France in a few days on a fishing trip, hopefully to catch the species of fish I've been dreaming of catching for years. I won't spoil the surprise, but that'll probably be the next time you see me after this one. Well, today's turned into a bit of a wasping trip actually, loads and loads of little perch. If you're enjoying watching me struggle to work out this untouched farm lake, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, stick around, catch another video because I have got some really exciting plans coming soon. There we go, there's one. Yes! Oh, it's just so nice to be catching fish, you know. Whatever size they are. Now, what have these farmers been feeding you? Got a good little belly on that one. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Was it worth the bottle of wine? Absolutely. It's been great fun catching a few fish. I know we've not had anything huge, but if you want to see me come back, fish here and try again for a big one, we did see some big carp cruising around too, then let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you down the road.